Bohemian Grove is more than just a 2,700-acre campground in California. It's the secret meeting place of the most powerful and wealthy politicians and businessmen in the United States. It's essentially a boys' club for America's elite. And we mean that literally because women are rarely allowed in. Every summer, the all-male Bohemian Club meets here to escape politics and business. We all know they still talk about politics and business because they don't have anything else to talk about. And some say worship at the altar of a giant owl statue. Today, we'll take you on a tour of some of Bohemian Grove's most prominent attractions, from the Auditorium to the dining circle to the Campfire Circle. You'll also see the Civic Center where the Manhattan Project was reportedly planned. Let's head inside. As we pull into the parking lot area, you'll notice a plethora of luxurious cars, from Rolls-Royces to Bentleys. To become a member of the Bohemian Club, you must pay a $25,000 initial fee, and annual dues cost at least $5,000. Current members include George W. Bush and Clint Eastwood, and have who have net worths of $39 million and $375 million respectively at the time of producing this video. They're extremely rich, and also Republicans, which is a running theme at the Bohemian Club. In fact, nearly every Republican president has been a member of the Bohemian Club, including Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, W's father George H.W. Bush. You don't have to be right-wing to join the Bohemian Club, though, but it helps. Former Democratic President Jimmy Carter is also a member. His $10 million fortune at the time of producing this video more than makes up for his left-leaning politics in the eyes of the Bohemian Club. Let's head down to the trail to the Civic Center. There is an unofficial rule that politics and business are not discussed at Bohemian Grove. There's even a phrase for it: weaving spiders come not here, which the Bohemian Club took from Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. However, that rule has been broken many times since they founded the club in 1872. Even the $30 billion Manhattan Project, which gave birth to the atomic bomb, was discussed here in Bohemian Grove, quite possibly in that wooden office building over there. Edward Teller, who is often called the father of the hydrogen bomb, dubious honor, is said to have worked on the Manhattan Project here in 1942. Teller also made a speech here in 1980, shortly before Reagan became president, and introduced the Strategic Defense Initiative, aka the Star Wars program. It's possible that Teller and Reagan discussed the missile defense program where you're standing right now. Over there is the firehouse, an essential part of the camp because the risk of a forest fire is high. That building over there is the barber shop, and over there you'll see the hospital. Let's head down the trail to the Campfire Circle. This is where Bohemian Club members gather around the fire and sing songs. Even the most powerful men in the world enjoy strumming an acoustic guitar by a roaring fire. All sorts of songs are sung here, but in 2008, the Bohemian Club sang some of Sam Cooke's biggest hits. Just past the log seats and bonfire, you'll see a small stage used for plays and musical performances. Let's head down the trail to the Auditorium. You'll notice that this open-air auditorium also has log seating. Everything is rustic here at Bohemian Grove. Many elaborate and expensive plays have been performed here on the Grove stage, and Bohemian Club members often hold talent shows here. We suspect Reagan often won first prize. After all, he wasn't just the great communicator, he was also a Hollywood acting legend. You knew that. As for those plays, some cost between $75,000 and $100,000. That's nearly as expensive as a Broadway show. There's also a smaller stage nearby called the Field Circle stage, where more informal plays are performed. Let's head over to the dining area next. Can you think of a better place to dine? The towering redwood trees that surround the long picnic tables make this dining area truly spectacular. This is where Bohemian Club members come to enjoy delicious meals, socialize, and occasionally discuss business. Let's head down to the trail to the Mandalay Campsite. At the top of the hill sits the Mandalay Campsite. It's the most luxurious campsite in all of Bohemian Grove, and to get there, we have to take a cable car to the top, so let's go. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger spent a lot of time here and often stayed in one of those cabins. He would often meet with dignitaries at this camp and go bird watching. What fun! This is a great spot to see osprey and turkey vultures. Speaking of birds, let's head down to the lake and take a look at Bohemian Grove's most famous resident, the giant owl statue. There have been many famous speeches made down here by the lake. Nixon once said his lakeside speech at Bohemian Grove was the most important of his career because it was the first milestone on his road to the presidency. There are also lectures and demonstrations held here. Over there, you'll see some Bohemian Club members learning advanced fly fishing casts. Let's hop in that rowboat and head to the other side of the lake to see Bohemian Grove's owl statue. Every year, Bohemian Club members make this same trek with an empty coffin on board. This coffin is then lit aflame in front of a 40-foot-tall concrete owl statue. The ceremony, which is officially called the Cremation of Care, is accompanied by pyrotechnics and has been conducted since 1881, and it's not creepy at all. It's an allegorical banishing of worldly cares for club members, but some conspiracy theorists believe the ceremony has sinister undertones and occult connections. You know what, let's just chalk it up to being really weird. If you look up to the top of the owl statue, you'll notice it's covered in moss. There's also a loudspeaker system inside that can be used to address club members. Back in the day, the owl was voiced by famous newscaster Walter Cronkite. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that the Bohemian Club has an incredibly luxurious headquarters in San Francisco? Club members don't spend all their time in the woods, you know? The Bohemian Club, which is officially known as the City Club, contains dining rooms, meeting rooms, a bar, a library, an art gallery, a theater, and guest rooms. That's it, folks. Stay tuned for this channel for more great and strange videos.